Good day and welcome back. Today we're finally getting back to the 335 project. So we're going to start with the belt pulley drive. I've replaced the oil seal in it and then primed it and made some gaskets for it. So that's all ready to go back on the tractor. And then we moved the valves out of the old head, primed and painted, and got the new head ready to go back in and be installed. I don't think I'm going to get the full install on this video, so it'll probably have to be a two-parter, but we'll at least get the PTO drive. We'll get that on the tractor and then potentially wrap the video there. But yeah, I'm super excited. My goal is that by the end of the week I'll have it full of antifreeze and we'll be able to start it and run it, and then we can finally move on. So let's get into it. Okay, we've got the PTO drive for the 335 all taped off and ready for some primer, along with the new head. So that's all ready to go as well. All right, got my gasket material here. I'm going to make two gaskets. They shimmed the belt pulley PTO drive with gaskets to set the backlash on the gears. So I'm going to make two. Potentially could need three. Won't know until we go to put it in, but I'm going to start with just two. And I'm going to draw it out. I'm going to cut it out, and then I've got a hole punch kit that I'm going to use to punch the holes. And we're just going to get close. I know the outside of this gasket's a little damaged. Not a big deal. Get the inside. Mark our holes. Okay. Didn't quite score all the way through. There we go. There we go. Yep. 1/2 inch. There we go. Should do the job. Alright, I got the gaskets loaded on. Looks pretty good. And now I'm going to clean up the bolts and get those ready. Okay, got the 1/2-13 chase out. And we're just going to go through and chase these threads and clean them up. Just makes everything go together easier and come apart easier. Because it is going to have to get taken back off when we paint. Try to get this thing to focus, but you can see all the grease and dirt that pulled out of those. Just that little bit's going to make it go back together so much smoother. Now we're putting the oil seal in the PTO drive for the 335. I bought 4 of these, so we have 4 chances to get this right. Done it. Yep, we do appear to be going in square. All right. Okay. We're good there. All those extras for nothing. Just had a bad day the last time, that's all. Just re-snug this nut. Okay, good to go. There we go. Okay, so I've got the head that's going back on the 335 and then the cracked head, and what we need to do right now is pull the valves out. You can see on the new head we've got the valve seats all ground down and they're in very good shape, ready to go. These were brand new valves that I put in when I rebuilt this head. So all I need to do is pop them out and then put them in. We've got 2 intake and 2 exhaust, and they'll just go in place exactly the same as where they are in this one right now. I've shown this before on one of the RTE videos that I'll put the tag for right there if you want to go see how it's done. So I'm not going to waste a lot of time showing you how to do it. I'll show the process for one of them coming out, going in, and then I'll shut the camera off and I'll finish. I've got to put a little splash of Prairie Gold on the end of this so that I can put the 2 heads together, because once they're together, when I spray it, the paint's not going to get in there. So we'll do that, and then we should hopefully be ready to start putting the 335 back together. Okay, just a dab of grease. Just coat that on. Taper locks put in. All set. Okay, it's got its coat of Perigold, and I also loaded up the new flat O-ring in there for the water tube that goes between the two jug heads, which means this one is now nothing but a giant paperweight. So next we'll get the other head in here and we'll get ready to start actually putting this back together. I did want to make sure that after sitting all winter, I know that I dried this out really well, and I know that I oiled it with WD-40 heavily after having that antifreeze in there, but I just wanted to make sure that I didn't have any issues with stuck cylinders. So I threw the battery on and just... So yeah, everything is loose and we're ready for reinstall. Almost there. And unlike the Z, we're below the oil line, so we don't have to worry about that mess again. Just catching it right there. You can see the PTO shaft turn as we just start to catch the drive. There's like yep, very little backlash. Say we're good. Now let's load up the pulley itself. With that little bit of primer on that center drive, it's not wanting to ride up over the hub. That's better. Not gonna go super tight with it because it's got to come back off for paint. But there we go. Fully functional belt pulley. That makes me super happy. Get you a view from back here. I'll put that up with the comparison picture of the before, but yeah, looks really nice. Very cool. All right, been a long day. I'm gonna wrap this one right here. The next video will be putting that head back together and hopefully starting the 335 for the year. So I thank everybody that's watching, everybody that's supporting the channel. If you haven't yet, give me a subscribe. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you all next time. Take your foot off the clutch.